Yo, what's up, world? It's Pearl. And today we're talking about a major cultural shift happening right now, the boom of Islam in Europe. Yeah, you heard that right. Islam is the fastest growing religion in Europe. And we're not just talking about a small uptick. This is a full-on demographic transformation, and trust me, it's a story that involves history, politics, and maybe even a little bit of, dare I say, Islamophobia. From immigration to conversions, we're about to break down the key factors shaping this demographic shift. We're talking maps, charts, the whole 9 yards. Buckle up, because we're about to unpack why Europe's religious landscape is getting a serious makeover. All right, let's start with the obvious. Immigration. It's a topic that has shaped societies for centuries, and Europe is no exception. Europe has seen significant migration from Muslim-majority countries, with waves of people seeking safety, opportunity, and a better life. And I'm not just talking about recent history. This goes way back, to times when Europe was rebuilding itself after devastating wars. Think post-World War II, when countries like France, Germany, and the UK needed workers to rebuild. Migrants from places like North Africa and Turkey played a huge role in this recovery. Fast forward to the 21st century, and you've got conflicts in places like Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq displacing millions. These crises have created one of the largest refugee movements in modern history. Where do many of them seek refuge? You guessed it, Europe. The continent has become a beacon of hope for those fleeing unimaginable hardships. And guess what? Many of these refugees are Muslim, bringing with them their cultures, traditions, and faith. Now, this wave of immigration has brought about a ton of changes, both positive and, let's be real, some not-so-positive reactions. It's a story of contrasts. We've seen beautiful stories of integration, of communities coming together to welcome those fleeing war and persecution. These moments remind us of the power of compassion and unity. But we've also seen the rise of anti-immigrant sentiment, with some folks using Islam as a scapegoat for economic anxieties or cultural shifts. Fear and misunderstanding often fuel these reactions. But here's the thing. These immigrants, many of whom are Muslim, are part of the fabric of Europe now. They're not just visitors, they're neighbors, colleagues, and friends. They're opening businesses, contributing to the economy, and enriching the cultural landscape with their unique perspectives and talents. And yeah, they're also building mosques, raising families, and practicing their faith. These are the everyday realities of life in a multicultural Europe. It's a complex issue with a ton of nuances, but one thing's for sure. Immigration has played a major role in the growth of Islam in Europe. And as these communities grow, so does the story of Europe itself. Okay, so we've talked about immigration, but there's another factor at play here that's often overlooked: babies. That's right, birth rates. Muslim populations in Europe tend to have higher fertility rates compared to non-Muslim populations. This isn't about some grand plan for world domination. It's just basic demographics. Think about it. Younger populations tend to have more kids. It's like science or something. And Muslim communities in Europe are, on average, younger than the general population. This means more babies, which over time leads to natural population growth. Now, this isn't to say that every Muslim family in Europe has a dozen kids. We're talking about averages here, people. But the point is, higher birth rates are definitely contributing to the overall increase in the Muslim population in Europe. It's like compound interest, but with tiny humans. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next one might surprise you. It's not just immigration and babies boosting Islam's numbers in Europe. There's a whole wave of people choosing to become Muslim, and they're not who you might expect. We're talking about folks from all walks of life: Christians disillusioned with organized religion, atheists searching for spiritual meaning, and even those who simply admire the values of Islam, like charity, community, and social justice. Some find their way to Islam through interfaith marriages, discovering a faith that resonates with their partner's values. Others are drawn in by the sense of community and belonging that mosques and Islamic centers offer. And let's not forget the role of prominent converts, whose stories of finding faith often inspire others to explore Islam for themselves. Okay, let's talk about Europe's changing religious landscape. For centuries, Christianity has been the dominant force, shaping culture, values, and even politics. But in recent decades, it's been on the decline, with fewer people attending church or identifying as Christian. Churches are emptier, fewer people identify as Christian, and secularism is on the rise. This shift reflects broader societal changes, including a move toward individualism and a questioning of traditional institutions. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. People are free to believe what they want or not believe at all. This freedom allows for a diversity of thought and belief systems to flourish. But this decline in traditional religion has created an interesting dynamic. As one spiritual framework fades, others are stepping in to fill the void. As Christianity's influence wanes, Islam, with its emphasis on faith, community, and tradition, is attracting those seeking a more structured spiritual path. Its growth in Europe is notable, offering a sense of stability in an ever-changing world. Think about it. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, Islam offers a sense of order, purpose, and belonging. It provides a clear set of principles to navigate life's complexities. It provides a framework for living, a moral compass that guides daily actions and decisions, and a strong sense of community. This sense of belonging is deeply meaningful for many, offering support and connection in an increasingly fragmented world. For some, this is incredibly appealing, especially in a society that's becoming increasingly individualistic and secular. The search for meaning and connection continues to shape Europe's spiritual landscape. Remember those higher birth rates we talked about earlier? Well, they tie into this next point, the youthfulness of Muslim communities in Europe. This isn't just about having more babies. It's about the long-term impact of having a younger population. Think of it this way. Young people grow up, start families of their own, and pass on their faith and traditions to their children. This creates a ripple effect, a natural cycle of growth that sustains communities over time. In contrast, many non-Muslim populations in Europe are aging, with fewer young people to replace older generations. This demographic imbalance has huge implications for the future of religion in Europe. As younger generations age, their faith or lack thereof will shape the religious landscape for decades to come. All right, last but not least, let's talk about the elephant in the digital room, globalization. It's a force that has reshaped how we live, work, and even think about religion. We live in a hyper-connected world, where information travels at the speed of a tweet, and cultures are constantly colliding, blending, and evolving. This digital age has created a space where ideas, beliefs, and traditions can cross borders effortlessly. This global interconnectedness has had a profound impact on how we view religion, including Islam. It has allowed Islamic teachings and practices to reach audiences far beyond their traditional boundaries. Gone are the days when Islam was seen as something foreign or exotic. Today, it is part of the global conversation, woven into the fabric of our interconnected societies. Thanks to the internet, social media, and increased global communication, Islamic culture, traditions, and perspectives are more accessible than ever before. From online Quranic studies to Instagram accounts showcasing Islamic art, the digital world has opened up new avenues for understanding. This increased visibility has helped to break down stereotypes and misconceptions, allowing people to engage with Islam on their own terms. It has also fostered interfaith dialogue, creating opportunities for mutual understanding and respect. Whether it's through online lectures, virtual mosque tours, or simply connecting with Muslims from around the world on social media, the digital age has made it easier than ever to explore the richness of Islamic culture. People are discovering the beauty, depth, and diversity of Islamic thought and practice. This digital revolution is not just about technology, it's about building bridges and fostering a more inclusive global community. So, there you have it. The rise of Islam in Europe is a complex story, shaped by immigration, demographics, religious shifts, and the ever-evolving nature of our globalized world. It's a story that challenges us to confront stereotypes, to engage in meaningful dialogue, and to understand the forces shaping the world around us. As Europe continues to evolve, the growth of Islam reflects broader demographic, cultural, and social changes. It's a testament to the power of faith, community, and the human desire for belonging in an increasingly complex world. What are your thoughts on this trend? Let us know in the comments below.